So here we go, lads and lasses. Transfer market is finally heating up for Newcastle United with talk of James Trafford heating up, Elanga news as well, and also Newcastle being linked with a move for a Korean wonder kid. So let's dive into it. So let's start off with the Korean wonder kid. So this lad is being linked to Newcastle United, and I'm guessing it is going to be something to do with our part over in South Korea. Very good marketing move, to be honest, by the club, and we've seen it with other clubs in the past as well. You know that it is always a good idea to bring in somebody from that area, and Newcastle are being linked with, according to reports in South Korea, Newcastle are being linked with a young 18-year-old wonder kid called Park Seung-soo, who plays for Seoul Blue Wings, or Suwon Blue Wings, of course, in the Korean second league, and this lad has been already given trials at Bayern Munich, so he's clearly got some sort of potential if he's been offered a trial at Bayern Munich previously. So this lad might be a really good talent to keep an eye out for. Obviously, we've seen brilliant players come from South Korean leagues before in the past, obviously most notably Tottenham's Heung-min Son, and then obviously we've seen other players as well previous to that as well who have come from the Korean football into, of course, European football. So definitely want to keep an eye on. The reports are coming from a pretty high journalist, according to a guy called Joel Kim on Twitter. They're coming from a pretty high first-tier journalist, Seung Hong Jung. He is pronounced. Sorry if I have butchered that name there. But according to Joel Kim, he is saying that this guy is a first-tier journalist, and he is the guy that has broke the news on this. And this was broke on, of course, Monday. I am only reporting on it now, so I am a bit late to the party on that one. But now we've got talk of Elanga next, and Newcastle had put a bid in the region of 45 million for Elanga. Unfortunately, it got turned down by Nottingham Forest. They're looking for something more around the 65 million mark, from what's been said, according to some reports going around. But I'm sure if Newcastle went in there with an offer closer to that amount, I'm sure that we could possibly get him in for below that asking price that Nottingham Forest are reportedly asking for. But I mean, it would be a really, really good player. I love Elanga. I've watched him quite a bit for Forest last season when we've been playing against them, or when I've just been watching the Premier League games and watching Nottingham Forest in them games. And Elanga has been a standout player, and he is a Swedish international as well, so he would link up really well with Isak in that attacking line. So that is a player that I would really like to see join with, but he's not the only one that we are looking at in that department. There is other players that we're looking at in that department, which I will get onto in this video, which is, of course, the players of Johan Bakayoko at PSV Eindhoven, Kemi Adeyemi of Borussia Dortmund, who we played against, of course, in the Champions League back in a few seasons ago, and another player that we're being linked with and are having a look at in that department is Mohamed Kudus of West Ham. So Kudus obviously would probably be one of the ones that you'd think would be higher up on the list, with him having that Premier League experience. He doesn't have to learn too much, and doesn't take him too long to get settled into the league. While with Adeyemi, he'd be coming into the league from the German league, so it would take him maybe a little time to settle in. Johan Bakayoko coming in from the Rivdas, going to be again similar to Adeyemi. It's going to take some time to settle into the team, but I mean, Bakayoko, I've seen him play before for PSV, and he is an absolutely brilliant player. I would really like to see him join if we can't get Elanga. But all of them options that are there of Bakayoko, Adeyemi, Kudus, they're all really good, high quality options. So any of them, that comes in will add to this squad and massively going forward. And then, of course, you've still got the talk of João Pedro as well. But I don't know if that one's still going to progress or not, because there's, Chelsea sniffing around on that deal as well. So it's just not certain if that one's going to go ahead or not with the João Pedro thing. But them are all really great options of Johan Bakayoko, Adeyemi, Kudus, if we can't get Elanga. But obviously Elanga is the priority target along with João Pedro. And then you look at the Trafford news, and I've got to say it is heating up once again. He's been massively linked with Newcastle, and these talks have been going on for ages now. Been going for absolutely ages. And he is a player that we have had on our radar for quite a while at Newcastle United. I'm sure, he will be coming to the club. It seems as though a lot of stuff is pointing in that direction that he will be coming to Newcastle United, especially since Burnley's just went out and got a brand new goalkeeper in as well. So that might add the fuel to the fire on it, that this deal will be going ahead, but we'll have to wait and see. Take it with a pinch of salt. Nothing's official until, of course, it's reported on by the club themselves. And then we've got news coming from Italy as well of Scalvini being talked about with a move to Newcastle United, who is a really good player as well. 6'4" Italian centre back. And he's being linked with a move to Newcastle as well, from Atalanta in, of course, Syria, with a move to Newcastle. So I haven't really seen too much of Scalvini, to be honest, but he does sound like a really good player, and I'm sure that'll be is the centre back that we've been trying to get for that right centre back role, because we did want to get Guehi last summer, and then this summer we have tried to get Guehi a bit. We have looked at the deal, but unfortunately it looks like he's going to end up going to Liverpool by the looks of the reports. It seems as though there's been some sort of underhand dealings going on there between Palace and Liverpool on the Guehi deal, and it looks like they've arranged something there where he will be going to Liverpool by the looks of it as well. But I've got to say, at least we're starting to see, bids being put in for players now. It has took a little while, but it's understandable at the end of the day that it was going to take a little while for that to happen. We are also looking at other goalkeeping targets as well over in Ligue 1, and then also there's going to be a meeting, of course, on Wednesday, which is today, and that is going to be a transfer summit meeting that's going to be held to decide on the next move. The club could yet table a second bid for Elanga in the coming days, but do not want to be dragged into a transfer saga this summer, which is understandable, because we don't want to be in that situation that we were in last summer, where we literally spent the entirety of the summer trying to get Mark Guehi to Newcastle United, and he ended up not coming, and it just completely wasted the summer of trying to bring players in. And thankfully it didn't destroy the season, because we went on to win, of course, the League Cup and ended trophy drought, and we also ended up getting ourselves back in Champions League football once again. But that has been the update on the transfer, lads and lasses. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. And like I say, as always, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and also let us know what your thoughts are on all them players mentioned in today's video, and what do you think? Do you think any of them will be joining Newcastle United? Like I say, I think the Trafford one has been pretty much concrete for quite a while now. It's just basically been trying to hammer out a fee and then get that signature on the dotted line and become a Newcastle United player officially. But I think behind the scenes has basically been agreed for quite a while with the player. It's just trying to get that, like I say, the deal for the money and all that as well. But till next time, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Where the lads.